Hello. So today we're gonna be talking about strings in C, and as usual, we're gonna be talking about the flowchart representation of strings, and we're gonna look at an example of how we can represent a string program on a flowchart. But before we get into the flowchart, we wanna find out what strings are and when strings are used in C. And a string in C is simply an array of characters in which their length is determined by a terminating null character. And strings are generally used for storing text or characters. So we can use strings whenever we want to store text or we want to display a body of text to the um, to the to the user. So that's when we use strings. And now that we know what strings are, we're gonna jump right into the flowchart and the example. And right here, we do have an example of a program which takes two string inputs from a user and then concatenate the strings into concatenate the two input strings into a body, into one string, and then print out the result back to the user. So we can see here, looking at the flowchart, we're going to ask the user to enter um, the two strings, the first and the second string, and then internally, we're going to perform the concatenation by which we're going to join these two strings together into a single string, and we're going to print out the result back to the user. And similarly, um, this program also prints out the reverse of the concatenated string to the user. And since it's an internal process, we're going to use a rectangle to indicate this action right here. And when we're done, we're going to print out the reverse, and also we're going to print out the number of string letters in which the user used for this whole process. So that's simply our flowchart representation of strings. So bye bye.